Good morning, and welcome to Winning Wednesdays. In this virtual space, I'd like to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Danny, and I am more than enough. So, wherever you are, in your camera, in your mirror, look at your beautiful, handsome self and make the same declaration: I am enough. In creating these Winning Wednesdays, the whole rationale has been to have a documented or a documentation of how God is moving, how I am to declare things over myself. And on this journey, I've noticed people say it's been blessing them as well. And I'm so grateful for that. Last week, I was unable to make a post, and it just surprised me. People that I know and some strangers contacting, sending messages saying, hey, we missed your Winning Wednesday. Hopefully we just missed it, um, but we're looking forward to it. Again, I do these Winning Wednesdays not because everything is rosy and peachy in the physical, in the natural that I can see, but I'm doing it as a declaration, showing that I am standing with the creator of the universe, with the creator of my life, the Most High God, to show that I agree with what he says about me and not what this world tries to put on me. Because this fight that we're fighting is not merely a carnal one. It's not physical. It's in the mind. It's spiritual. And so it makes a lot of sense for us to make sure that we have the right script, if you will, the right words coming out of our mouths. And so this past week has been an adventure of sorts. But I'm grateful to say I'm on the other side of it, and I'm continuing to work on it and rebuild all that I need to rebuild to be in the right space mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. So today I just want to talk to you about the mere fact that you are more than enough. Over this week, had a lot of time to think, and since a kid, I had a strong gifting for discerning of spirits, discernment, and going through this journey, I've learned that I have my own Achilles heel, is that even though God, who is so sovereign, is willing to show me my human side of always wanting to give and take care of and all that stuff, messes it up, because if you're being shown something, you're to believe it, you're to move accordingly, and because it may be coming from a certain vessel that you deem to be someone that is supposed to love you and take care of you and protect you, you give the benefit of the doubt. And I sit and I wonder, why do we do that? God takes the time to let us know that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, that we're always on his mind, and yet someone else or something else can come and deter that thought process? And just with that little shaking, pull you away from what you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing? This week, one day I'll be able to really disclose everything, but the things that flashed before my eyes was a here and no more. You are worth it. You're worth more than people are making you believe that you are. If the one who could have taken the time to create anything he wanted chose to make you whoever you are, to make you whoever you are, don't you think he knows your worth? Don't you think the words that he's declared over you are real? And so leaving the hospital, I began looking up. I said, well, I need to go ahead and do some studies, some teachings on self-love and um, that kind of jazz. And it was interesting to see how many evangelicals have a negative view on teaching such. And then that helps me to see, oh, well, that's why a lot of people who, because I'm not God, so I can't say that. A lot of people who profess to be spiritual, to be believers, are okay with taking advantage of the pure and kind-hearted folks. Because if they can lead you to believe that you should continue to make yourself less so that they can be increased, or that they can get what they require from you, then you're in the right spot. But no. The declaration, the revelation has been that love yourself as you love your neighbors. So if you're busy trying to love other people, doing performative work, guess what? You're disobeying. Because you're spending more time doing that, but you're not taking the time to pour in. That's why David said, my cup runneth over. How can you continuously give from an empty vessel? Huh? I know your heart means well. I know. But in doing so, you're not honoring God. You're just not. That means you are uplifting and allowing the people before you to be erected, to be elevated more than the one that saves your life. Minute, second by second. And so, God was so kind to remind me that, and I'm here to remind you, that all of us, our names have been tattooed in his hands. He loves us. And that's found in Isaiah 49:16. And when we're hearing all the greatness, the good that God has to say about us, we cannot be like the person James described, saying that you look in the mirror and the moment you walk away, you forget what you look like. Yeah, I know I'm not what the world may deem to be a Holly Berry. But guess what, boo? There's only one of me. And if others may be your cup of tea, your fancy, go there. But I say to you all today, do not allow people who are supposed to represent protection and love in your life to utter any words that are contrary to what that love is, because love should never hurt. Okay? So let them walk on by, right? And God talks about how with this performative love that we do, that in essence we're just enabling others to be in their sin, enabling them to not be responsible, enabling them to avoid walking into their correct position or delaying it, helping them to delay that process, right? And I know I've been designed to help propel people forward, to hold their hands up, to be that Joshua and Caleb who held up his hand, Moses' hands and whatnot. So with me saying this declaration that I am enough, what I am saying to the world, and maybe you may have a different way to say it for yourself, what I'm saying to the world is, I am enough. I will boldly stand and seek out the plans that God has for me. I can no longer enable you to not be great. Or I cannot enable you to have false greatness. While your inner soul is just deteriorating. I will continue to pray. I will build myself up. I will continue to smile. And that's one thing that every time they walked in the hospital room, the doctors are like, your smile just brightens up the room. You would never know you're going through what you're going through. And I'm going to do that. And so the things that flashed in my face, which were true, but I'm choosing to follow the truth, right? And declaring and decreeing what he says over me, over what others want me to believe. Because we don't realize every day is a reprogramming that we go through. There are so many things coming before our ear gates, our eye gates, our mouth gates, our thoughts, to change how we see things, how we perceive things. But the whole purpose is to deter us from remembering what did God say. And so I'm going to say to you, Danny, you are enough. Your love that you give does not measure the love that you deserve. That you don't have to perform for love to come back to you in its rawest form, because God gave it to you in its rawest form. And your job is to walk in that discernment. When God shows you, believe him the first time. Believe him the first time. Family that's watching or that will watch, you are more than enough. Even if this is something you have to declare and say over and over 100 times today, I am more than enough. You'll see, and you're saying it with arms wide open, you'll see how the Most High will be like, now this person is in a position to hear me. This person is in a position to grow. And he'll speak to you. But I have to also say this. Don't be afraid just because he reveals it to you. Don't be afraid to follow through with what's being revealed. Because that's typically the hard part. God, talk to me, talk to me. And then when he speaks to you, you're frozen in time. Don't do that to yourselves, okay? So this was a long one today. I am just extremely grateful. I'm still here, which means there's more for me to do. There's more for me to get right. Yeah. And I'm going to work on that. I love y'all. And I mean that. Remember, you are more than enough.